Screen share. Screen share. Yes. Okay, let's continue the topic that we were discussing earlier, that is filtering array. When you want to filter array, you'll be using a mechanism of giving the boolean values as enabling filter to determine which value to consider, which value to ignore. Okay, with the help of the values true and false. So that list of boolean values will be the input for the array that you are giving. Like here we have created an array 41, 42, 43, 44, and that is stored in ARR. ARR is an array. And we have created a list of boolean values, as we told earlier that it is boolean index list. So wherever you have written true and false, so they indicate some number as an index value. Alright? Okay. So then we are creating a new array, which is a filtered array. So then we have ARR, which is our original array, and we are given the X as an input into that. As earlier we used to give an index number into that. So like output, when we print this one, the new value arrays, we will print 41 and 43. Okay. The reason behind this one is we only have true in the 0th index, that is 41, that is appearing in output, and 43 value, which is the third value, that's index number is 2, which is appearing as 43 in the output. Okay, that's what we saw in terms of our how we filter that. So we told in the explanation that if the value at the index is true, the element is contained in the filtered array. If the value at the index is false, then the element is excluded. That means ignored from the list. Okay. Try this thing in your editors. So what do you need to create? First, create an array. So if you have not imported this, if this is the first time that you are running this program, do the import first. Import space numpy as np as a short name equal to np dot array, and in this one you are going to give a list, like I'll give 10, 30, some number I'll give it irrespective of the order. Okay, I'll give these numbers and I'll be giving the boolean value. I'll just give B. Okay, now what I'm going to do in the B, you're going to make a true false. I have 5 values and I'll be having 5 totally boolean values on list. So then you need to do this now. Just create it. Import it first. Import it. Okay. All of you try adding the index numbers to that. So we have the new era, new AR. Then we have AR of B. So we only have been filtered 10 and 70 because I only taken two Boolean values as true, the first one and the last one. So that's my index number 0 and my index number 4. This is my 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright? So based on the index numbers and the Boolean values, this is a good filter. Is it okay? If you do it, yeah. That is a property of an array which accepts those values. Try to understand this. Instead of B or any tensor, I can also give 1, 2, 3 for any index numbers. Okay? But you don't have any way to disable any of the values and only take the value that you are interested in. Alright? So that's why we are giving those values. Try to understand the utility value of this application that is given to you, or facility that is given. In this place, I can also write like this, which is my index number. Okay. So instead of that, when I'm writing B, that means your array is also accepting Boolean values. Okay, to enable or disable some of the values available in your existing array. Fine. Okay. I hope you understood how we are filtering it and what is the application of this one. Whenever you don't want any values, you can flag them with the help of positional index value. Okay, because true and false, whenever we are writing a list, we are also considering in our mind that positional value is there. That's why I'm making this true and this is false. That's why when you are on a programming continuously you're doing, you identify the location of the element and that with the help of index numbers and the value. Alright. Obviously, as you can see, it's a list itself. It's basic list itself. Obviously, you know how to replace the list element with the help of index values. The previous list mechanism. Alright. Okay. So what what I suggest you is try to revise the list, that is dictionary concepts regularly. Weekly once, just go through that so that the complete things that we are completing must not be forgotten. It might blur, obviously it happens. Just go on with refreshing. Let's go ahead. We have a sequence 0, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13. Result contain odd numbers of the list. Filter lambda x colon x mod 2 not equal to 0, comma sequence. So what are you giving input here in the filter? You are giving filter a formula by which you want to filter that. Okay, and we mentioned earlier that the lambda function. A lambda function is one-liner function. Whenever you have a facility or whenever you want to complete a task with only one line and you only have a small task, you go with the lambda function. When you have multiple lines and bigger program, you go with the normal function. That's the comparison. And here we have just one small equation you want to execute, and based on that, you wanted to filter out the sequence of numbers that we have given previously. Okay, so that's why there is a lambda function written inside the filter function, and here we are giving the input as x here, and that x value contain each number, and those numbers, if they are remainder 0, that means they are odd numbers in the sequence, then those things will be filtered here, and this will become an input for this lambda function. Here we are writing that whatever the list that you have newly prepared, as we were earlier using similar concept of list comprehension. Mechanism is different. Result will be same, as you can imagine. Here also we are trying to filter out by using the for loop and some condition, and we are returning some value, and we are creating a new list with the condition. Okay. Similar thought process is put in here also. Let's understand. When you convert it to list, that is list of result, you will be able to see this whole list, that is 1, 3, 5, 13, 1, 3, 5, 13 as an output. Okay, when you create this. I hope you understand how this lambda function is executed. Lambda function, whenever wants to execute, it has to be called. Okay, and that has been called with the help of this sequence. The sequence will become input for this one, x value. So this will be these are the numbers that will be available here at this place. Each number will be checked, and this filter will use that mechanism to check all the numbers, whether they are odd or even. If the condition is matching, then you take it to the left side, that is LHS, as an answer. Similar to your list comprehension. So those numbers which are matching the condition are eligible to become a part of filtered list. Okay. So if I remove this exclamation sign, then all the numbers that I am going to receive on the LHS will be even numbers. Okay, one more here. As you can see, lambda x colon x mod 2 equal to 0. Then you get 0, 2, and 8. 0, 2, and 8. Other numbers, other than those numbers, are odd numbers. So let us have only those numbers, 0 to 8. Okay, let's go ahead and try this thing. Have you understood? Okay. Have you? Do you want this slide, or you remember the program now? You took the list, you are using a filter function, and you are writing a lambda function, comma sequence. So why are you using filters? Filter is a function that is going to give you that facility to provide condition and the sequence. Okay. Yes. Directly.
It's not in the previous videos that lambda. Then we directly take lambda and variable.
Correct.
We are not going to use filters.
That you can take it. So the reason that we are adding the lambda inside the bracket and comma sequence is we wanted to execute something in the filter function itself. In Greater function, you want to execute one more function. Okay. Based on that execution of smaller function inside the bracket, you wanted to give a result as n in the left side. LHS.
But there also we get the same
Lambda function or list comprehension? List comprehension. Obviously, we are getting there, but you are having the for loop as well as there you are actually filtering out the list. Here we are filtering out the array. And here we have the matrix kind of behavior of Numpy. Okay. Okay, let's do this. Okay, here we need to take an array. You can look at this one, this place. This is a you can have a function, and here you can have an iterable. Okay, you understand the syntax here? Here it says in the syntax, you can write a function in the first parameter, comma, iterable. I hope all of you understand what is iterable. Means any sequence over which we can put a for loop. So that can be a sequence. Okay, on the list of elements through which we can actually pass with the index. Okay. So we have written a function. Here write a function, and then we have to give a iterable with which this function is going to run. Okay. It says we have to write a function here, an iterable, and it is going to return a filter object. It is going to return a filter object. That's why we are going to convert the filter object into a list object. And you are going to display the list object, not the filter object. And you can also try without converting into list, try to display the filter object. Okay, both you try. It returns an iterator yielding those items of iterable for which the function item is true. The function item is going to give the addition true. If the function is none, return items that are I need to have a lambda function space. I'm having a input percentage sign 2 not equal to 0 comma ARR. That is my sequence. All right. So now I have received the result as a filtered list. I want to print it. So this is how my object will print if I directly print it. As we are saying, we are going to receive a filtered object. So this is how the object will be received at your place. So what we have is listed. So you make it or convert it into a list, and then you print it. Please read that. Object is not line number. Line 2. Import and order.
Brackets.
For bracket is. Oh, is it? Okay. Yes, sir. What is the other?
Built-in function or method object is not subscript function.
Line number? What's
The change bracket.
bracket? Square bracket.
Parenthesis.
Okay. Regular write regular write was not defined. Array is not defined. With array we have this is one ARR. That is not defined. Who is ARR? Yeah, okay. But I don't array. Next. Line number 5. So it is giving us whenever you wanted to figure out any kind of values, please remember you can use the facility of filter. And you have been given parameters, have been given instructed to use two parameters. One is the function, the logic that you are writing, and the sequence, the logic is going to be using. That you get to know. First parameter is the logic, second parameter is the data that will be consumed by the logic. Okay? To consume that data, we have written the inline function or single line function that is happen. That's what here it is written. If you want to take out only the even numbers, we have input mod 2 is equal to 0. I'll be able to produce only the numbers which are having divisible by 2 equal, and they are even numbers. All right. It may be prime numbers or it may be factorial of numbers, whatever numbers you wanted to produce in this. The logic is basically the function and can create. If it is having multiple lines of the code, you can write the function and I can definitely call that function in that. Alright?
So you are declaring the result as a list at the end. Then how the values get stored in this list format in the result like in a list format?
It is not in list format, it's filter object. So filter object it is storing. But we are not able to visit it, it is not able to display as a value. So it is available.
They are getting stored in filter object.
Yes.
So when we print the result,
It is printing the object address where the values are actually stored. Print is trying to print the address of the location of the values. When we ask the list to convert that and print it, it is trying to. I hope you got it. Better preparation. Joining an array. These are the functions you might not have learned it in other languages. Just see what we have here because they are related to your matrices. So we'll be having special functions for that. Joining arrays. So what are the functions we have for joining arrays? Like multiple arrays. Concatenate. Do you know this meaning of this? It simply joins two arrays or two names in a C program or any other languages. You understand the stack also. Okay, it's a data structure. Stacking is an same as concatenation. The only difference is that stacking is done along with the new axis. Okay, along with the new axis, it is going to stack. You got add. X stack. What do you mean by X stack? Horizontal stack. And this joins along with the. If you want to join it, so stack will go on add on horizontal space. What is horizontal? This one or this one? It's horizontal. This is vertical?
Yes.
Okay. Column is vertical. Row is horizontal. You do not have confusion. Just verify. Along with the column, this joins the elements that you are going to join or add, or it may be the list. You are going to add in the vertical list. I mean in columns. How about the D? It's a depth. Third axis. Depth stack, that is D stack. This is to stack along with the height, which is the same as depth. Okay. The plane we are taking, and then height will be taken as depth. Okay. In terms of the cube, the volume. So look at the volume, we are considering it as one of the matrices with the 3 dimensions. Concatenation, the first functionality. NP dot arrange a range of 6 dot reshape 2, 3, 2 cross 3. How many elements you want? 6 elements you want. Okay. 2 rows, 3 columns. So if you print A, you'll see 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 can be printed because you have asked your range function, old range function. Now it is taken a new form. That is a range function. The spelling is not double R, it is A R A N G. Alright. So a range function will give you 6 numbers. As you told, you need 6 numbers. So those numbers will be used to create a matrix using a reshaped function. And this array a range is available in Numpy. That's why you have called this np dot a range. And on this generated numbers, you wanted to create a matrix. That's why you're putting a once again dot. Again, you're writing a function. If you wanted to operate on this thing, which is the matrix that you created, you can put a dot here and you can again modify the existing function. This is one way of pipelining the inputs and modifying. One function is generating the numbers. Those generated numbers I wanted to create a matrix. So another function will come and say I will create a matrix. The reshaping create a matrix. If any other processing you want to do with the output of the previous function, again you can put a dot, I can do processing. Alright. Then we have the A range 7, 13, and 7, 13 numbers will be generated, and it is again taking a shape of 2 cross 3, and you will print it. Alright. And at last, we are trying to concatenate the 2 matrices that we have created. What are the matrices that we created? We created a matrix called A that we just now given you the print. It looks like this. We have created a matrix B which looks like this. And now we wanted to concatenate them. NP dot concatenate A comma B. Why do we have the extra brackets? This is the functions bracket, the outside. And these are my brackets of order of the matrix. Those are not parentheses, they are the tuple. Alright? This we can understand, explanation is we can understand with the help of reshaped return value. I mean, the function or the return value, your functions will be written in the order of the matrix. Those will be returned in the return of tuple. Which is that function? Which is written in order of the matrix? Sorting. No. A function returns the order of the matrix. Like if I give the shape, will you do that? Okay. What does shape will do? Do I need to use np.shape?
Yes.
Okay. What it does? What it returns? What it returns? Tuple it returns. So how do you write the tuple? The two parameters you write. Alright. So this is what we are talking about. The return value of tuple, which looks like this one. This one. Okay. In fact, the same thing we are going to place it in the side there. Okay. Same thing we are just put it in terms of this. Okay. So instead of adding a order here, we are adding a matrix. That's A comma. Once we have that, we'll be able to see the concatenation has happened. That means it is just joining one after another. You have given first A, that means 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So it is 4, comma 3 order. 4 cross 3. Is that? According to your creation of the matrix, you look at the numbers. There are 2 cross 3, 2 cross 3. Now you have 4 cross 3. That means they are vertically joined together. Fine? Okay. Let us do this. Concatenation. Concatenation. How do you do that? We need a 2 matrices first. Let's create a 2 matrices. But you don't want to manually write the elements, but you want to generate it with the help of A range function. Let us do that. And A range function is available in Numpy. Okay. Matrix A equal to, in Numpy, we have a function called A range. And in that, how many numbers I want to generate? I want to generate 6 numbers because 2 cross 3. Okay. Then once it is generated, I want to check what are the numbers that is getting generated. These are the numbers getting generated, 0 to 5. Okay, I'm just checking it. Next, on these numbers, I want to give a reshape. And here I have to give the 2 cross 3. Okay, now what will my A will be printed? A gets printed as matrix. You understand this? So this whole statement is printed as a result, it is printing a matrix. Okay, let's go ahead with the next one. B matrix. NP dot. I take the same copy. Okay, but I'll do the change in the range. Whatever range you want to give, you can give it. But make sure that you have the elements of 6 elements. Okay. So from 5 till 12, I want to see what is my B is giving me. It is not 2 cross 3. It is 7. So let's make it 11. So it is giving me 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So these are my numbers that I have taken. And my A is printing 0 to 5. My next matrix B is printing 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. Now I understand that two matrices I am ready here. Now I need to concatenate. So how do I do concatenation? How do I do concatenation? NP dot concatenation, concatenate. Then I'm being asked to give me an array or a tuple. Okay, common access, and presently we are not looking for the access. That's what we need to provide here. A1 comma A2. A1 comma A2 sequence of array, like the array must have the same shape except in the dimensions. Okay, the axis, first axis, that is default. What it returns? It returns a ND array, that is n dimensional array, the concatenate to one. All right. So we need A, comma B, and I need to store this modified matrix. So I'll use them in C equal to. Okay. Now can I see my C? Yeah. Okay. C is getting printed. The resultant matrix, concatenated matrix, is being printed. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, 7. Alright, if you want to clearly see what you are actually printing, you can also print the matrices wherever they have been created. It is good for you to analyze.
We need to include A comma B in a parenthesis. Already we are in a yellow parenthesis. Why we need to
Because
have the
it is a syntax that we need to follow. It is asking us to put them in the two brackets. Syntax. Because they are groups, not one parameter. Like one parameter, if I give like this, I give a comma, one parameter I give, comma, one more parameter. So like that, if I try to add it like A1, comma A2 without this parenthesis, all the other parameters would have been become positional parameters has to be maintained. In the first position, I need a set of values which I want to calculate. Okay. All of you done? This is my A matrix, this is my B matrix, this is a concatenate matrix. Now the small modification you can do is create one more matrix called T and try to join three matrices at a time. I only joined A comma B. I want you to try A comma B comma B or C. No, any name you can take it for matrix. Matrix or matrix, matrix or comma, matrix to comma, matrix.
So the category is the same program.
Same program. Same program you just try to take it. One more matrix you need to take it. One more matrix and try to join that. Next, no. Take system. Line 4. Okay. So at equal to np dot a range. A range will generate us the range of numbers starting from 5 till 11. So how many numbers I'm getting generated? I'm getting generated till 10. The P matrix to look for. So from 5 is my start value and 11 is my stop value, but I stopped at 10. So those values I want to generate actually, because if I start writing the same 6 here also, it generated a 0 to 5 same number. I don't want to change that in a matrix too. That's why the range has been changed. Okay, that's the meaning of it. And again, it's been reshaped. Reshaped already, creating matrix. What is the value that you're looking for? Last two numbers, those are three numbers, three matters. Order of the not change. Order of the where is the shape? Okay, let's go to the next one. I hope you have understood how do you concatenate the matrices.
Sir, in A range, can you do alphabets? A range, from A, comma 6 to A, B, C, D, E, F.
Okay, same code from standard to go ahead for textual speed. Laptop is locked.
Last.
What are lock means? Password. Yes. That's right. You don't know the password.
No, sir. Actually, my friend has took my lock and entered only that entered only that song.
It's open. What do you mean? Is it on Global?
No, sir, it's on.
Global.
Last day.
How much time you had?
From yesterday, I'm facing this problem.
Global. Have you checked my friend?
Everything else.
Anand Bhai is a good person. You take your laptop and charge.
This sign-in option is disabled because of failed sign-in attempts or repeated shutdowns. Use a different sign-in option or you keep your device powered on for at least 2 hours and then try it.
Obviously, 2 hours in
I tried, that was my test.
So it gives one more option to on. What is that? Another sign option?
Password or Password.
This. Keep it. This or password. Password is not taken. Private is password. Or if you try with the next cell, new cell, you take it and try to have the same this only statement. A comma B. Already have A and B matrix ready. Use the previous cell's A and B matrix. In the new cell, you create only this statement. Only one statement in the next cell. Okay. Okay.
Please just password is coming. So you can press that reset. It is saying use USB drive.
You are not ready to do that. Reset it.
So why you should use it?
So whenever you forget something, or somebody change your password, you want to reset it. There's a small pendrive that you create this. And you write it and then ask the, it's like encryption file.
OS original ways.
No, it is separate disk you create, like pendrive you create. So when you connect it and you ask the somebody to look for that password inside the pendrive. If you look for that, open it up. Type administrator capital on. From axis 1, we have the expression for that also here. Axis along which the array will be joined. If the axis is none, arrays are flattened before use, default 0. Yes, right?
Yes.
Yeah, what difference you see?
Values will be clubbed together on the first axis.
On the first axis. Okay. How about 0? Axis equal to 0.
0 will give the same output.
So it doesn't consider any axis when it gives 0. It considers the first axis. Axis 1.
First axis, are you meaning the first row? In that case, by giving tools, it should consider the second row. But it's
not
not
the
the
second row. 2 axis is considered.
although it's giving errors.
For 2 it gives a
Yes.
for 2. What order you have taken?
So I have taken 2:3.
2 is to 3. Order 2. So have you created order 2 matrix?
Yes. 2, 3, sir.
It's like 2 plus 3. I mean, 2 dimensional array or what dimensional array?
2 dimensions array.
When you are okay, when you are printing it is printing 2 dimensional array.
Yes.
So it will give you the output. Concatenation. Tanushri,
Yes, sir.
are you doing this examples?
Yes, sir. Doing, sir.
Okay. Ask me if you have any questions.
Okay, sir.
Okay, that's right. Now, what are we getting?
Rows in one column, sir.
Rows in one.
Columns in one column. All
Both matrix. Rows of one matrix
and rows of another matrix
are
in one
joined in one row. And second
row
row of one matrix and second row of second matrix will be joined together. 2,6. Okay, 2,6. Whatever ordinary matrix.
So before completing it converts them into 1D arrays.
If you use 0. Yes.
1D arrays.
Correct. For access one.
They are concatenating them 1D arrays.
1D array. But 1D arrays will only contain only your A matrix A or matrix B. Here it is combining both of them.
So output is a 2D arrays.
2D.
Output is 2D array.
Okay. Tell me, I'll write it here. Okay. What do we need to take? We need to take the two matrices. I already have the two matrices available here. I'll just take them. Okay, my matrix is ready. Next, np dot concatenate A, comma B, comma axis. Okay, so I need to store this somewhere. Mat equal to. Okay, let's take mat. Yes. So we have these two matrices, that is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I need to see 0, 1, 2 here. Okay. And I have 5, 6, 7 of this one. This is the first row of A, first row of B together. First row of A, 0, 1, 2. First row of B, 5, 6, 7.